Hello and welcome to AWS Certified Solution Architect course. In this video, we will discuss about lifecycle policies of S3 bucket. So in last video, since we have created a bucket and set versioning on that, so versioning will create multiple files on the changes. So to when this version will be increased, the number of versions of files will be increased. It will take a lot of space in S3. So we have to find some mechanism to delete the older versions and keep the only limited versions which we are concerned about. So maybe like we want to keep only 30 versions, 30 latest versions, and we want to delete the older versions. So this we can do through bucket policies. The other benefit of using this, removing the older files is the cost, because S3 will cost for every GB of data you are storing in S3 bucket. So better to delete all the data or move it to some cheaper data storage device so that we can save some cost. So I will just click on this bucket, test bucket, and I'll go to properties. I'll go to life cycle and click on add rule. So there are two scenarios. Whether you want to apply the rule on the whole bucket, this test bucket 1812, or you want to apply it on some subfolder, some folder under test bucket 1812. So in this case, I will apply this policy on test the whole bucket, test bucket 1812. Now next step, we have to configure rule. So here we have multiple options like action on current version, action on previous version, and action on incomplete multi-part uploads. So depending on which file we want to apply this rule, we can select these. However, in this case, I will go with action on current version. I'll click this rule, the first rule. So it's telling transition to the standard infrequent access storage class. So we in the previous videos we discussed about infrequent access storage class. So it's a bit cheaper than standard storage class. So and if after some duration, if we want to move our data from standard storage class to infrequent access storage class, it will save some cost to the company because infrequent access storage class is a bit cheaper than standard storage classes. So I will create the rule as like after 30 days after the object creation date, the object will move to infrequent access storage class. One thing to notice here is we cannot access this infrequent access storage class directly. It's a part of this lifecycle rule. And another thing I would like to mention here is we don't need to enable versioning to apply this lifecycle rules. These lifecycle rules can be applied with or without versioning. Now the next rule is archive to the Glacier storage class. So suppose you have created some file and you want to keep the file, you want to frequently access that file for at max around 30 days. So what after 30 days? So you want to move that file to some other storage class where you don't need it to access frequently. So after 30 days you moved it to infrequent storage class. But what after 60 days or 100 days? You don't even know whether you will need that data or not. And even if needed, it's maybe you will have some time because it's old data and it may be for audit purpose and all. So you just want to archive that data. So in that case, we can just select this rule archive to the Glacier storage class. So as we discussed earlier, Amazon Glacier is a archival system, archival storage system in S3. So we can create a rule that after 60 days from the object creation date, we will move the object to glacier storage class. So the object is created. We can see the example here as well. The rule setting. So we have created the object. After 30 days, it will be moved to standard infrequent. After 60 days, it will be moved to glacier. And now, after some period of time, like 1 year or 2 year, we want the object or data to be deleted because we do not need that. So in that case, we can just create a rule that after 425 days or after 100 days, we don't need the data. So the data can be expired. The data will be deleted after this particular day. So in this way, you can create a rule and you can create a rule and move the move the data to different storage classes to save money and to differentiate the frequently accessed data and infrequently accessed data. So thanks for listening. This is how we will create the life cycle rules on S3 bucket. Have a great day. In next video, we will discuss about CloudFront. Thank you.